Well, talk about bad taste.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Broadway songs you can't sing in public.
With the price of meat, what it is, when you get it, if you get it. Good, you got it?
For this list, we'll be looking at the best musical theater numbers that might give confused or alarmed passersby the wrong impression, especially out of context. What Broadway song would make you give someone serious side-eye if you heard it in public? Let us know in the comments. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10, Dead Girl Walking, Heathers the Musical.
But I don't own a motorbike. Wait, here's an option that I like. Spend these 30 hours getting freaky. Yeah!
Ahead of her anticipated social culling at the hands of Heather Chandler, Veronica finds herself a little bit lost. So this Dead Girl Walking decides that she'll have a bit of JD for her last meal. She goes into his room and it is on.
Sorry, but I really had to wake you. See, I decided I must ride you till I break you.
The repeated Dead Girl Walking lyric might give you a few worried side glances, but people will likely full-on back away if you sing some of the more suggestive lyrics. We know that this song is big fun, but there's a time and place to belt alongside Veronica, and walking down the street or at your local 7-Eleven probably isn't it.
Pull my hair, touch me there, no more talking.
Number 9, My Unfortunate Erection, Chip's Lament, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
It is tradition that the person eliminated from the competition is fair game for derision, especially the alpha male.
Chip stiffens up while flexing his big vocabulary. He gets so distracted that he fails to spell tit up and becomes the first contestant eliminated.
Because of Marigold Coney Bear, because there's something and not a thing between us. I don't blame my brain, but I do blame my penis.
Sentenced to sell refreshments as a result, he reflects upon how a former spelling bee champion became a disgraced snack seller. It's quite a melodramatic monologue as he blames adolescence for his fall from grace. Unless you're an angry teen, or even if you are one, you probably don't want to get caught singing about your hard candy in public. If you can't get this song out of your head, you're probably better off just humming along. Number 8, A Call from the Vatican, 9.
I was lazing around my bedroom when you called and an idea occurred to me. I thought you might be wondering about.
Despite the song's title, there's nothing holy about it. A Call from the Vatican is a cover-up Guido uses when his mistress Carla calls. He gets all hot and heavy as she explicitly describes what she plans to do to him when they get together.
So hot, you're gonna steam and scream and vibrate like a string I'm plucking.
Singing about kissing toes and blowing in ears might get you some funny looks if you're in a crowded area. Follow that up with verbs like steam, scream, vibrate, and plucking, and you might find that people give you a wide berth and plenty of side-eye. Let's just say there's a reason Guido needs privacy for this conversation. Number 7. Contact. Rent.
Hot, 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 sweat, sweet, wet, 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 red heat.
Get her.
Hot, better, hot,
Let her.
hot.
While Carla's phone call focuses more on the male fantasy, this song from Rent describes a grittier interaction. Sung by the cast, Contact features a compilation of expressive words that one might use to describe intimate bedroom activities. So chanting along while on a packed bus, during your weekly shop, or even waiting in line for coffee is highly inadvisable.
Take me, take me. Take me, yeah.
Can you imagine the look on the barista's face if they asked how you like your coffee and you absent-mindedly responded with,
Hot, 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 sweat, sweet.
Also, if you start bawling following the song's tragic end, you're likely to garner even more stares from concerned passersby.
It was bad for me. Was it bad for you?
It's over. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Number 6. A Little Priest. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Seems a downright shame.
Shame.
Seems an awful waste. Such a nice plum frame. What's his name has?
Sweeney Todd is a pretty well-known musical, thanks in part to the 2007 film. However, you have to admit that A Little Priest out of context could come across as, well, creepy.
Have a little priest.
Is it really good?
That it's too good, at least. Then again, they don't commit sins or the flesh, so it's pretty fresh.
For those who aren't as well-versed in Sondheim classics, it might sound more like you're reading from the world's worst restaurant menu. And in a way, you are. You also lose out on the humor without the full performance anyway.
Since Marine doesn't appeal to you, how about Rear Admiral?
No, it's too salty. I prefer General.
With or without his privates?
That being said, lyrics like,
Is the politician so oily?
might earn you a few chortles from an unexpected audience. Still, it's better if you appreciate this song out of the earshot of others.
No wheels of anyone, meaning anyone, and to anyone.
Number 5. Touch Me, The Rocky Horror Show.
I was feeling done in, couldn't win. I'd only ever kissed before. You mean she?
We know you've been waiting for this one. After a steamy night of infidelity, Janet's sexual appetite has been unlocked, and she wants more.
I've tasted blood and I want more.
Magenta and Columbia eerily watch on as she pursues Rocky. While several of the lyrics might be considered R-rated, you don't really need to go too far beyond the title to understand why this song is not safe for work.
Touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night.
You certainly don't want to be caught singing touch me around strangers, and breathily shouting more isn't going to win you any favors either.
Creature of the night.
This number is probably best kept for the privacy of your own home or a Halloween Rocky Horror screening, because then you can go all out. Number 4. Totally Spring Awakening.
There's a moment you know you're not an inch more room to self-destruct.
In a show about teen angst, you'll understandably find several songs that are best kept on the down low. For instance, My Junk discusses self-discovery and raging hormones, while Touch Me details desires and fantasies.
Touch me, oh, just like that. Yeah.
However, the song we'd feel most awkward singing aloud is this one, in which Melchior expresses indignation over his powerlessness against the adults. Feeling angry or rebellious, and don't mind a few disapproving glances over your repetitive use of expletives? Then this is your tune. Although who wouldn't get a kick out of watching people react as you scream blah 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 at the top of your lungs? It might be funny, but we definitely wouldn't recommend trying it. Number 3. The Internet is for Porn, Avenue Q.
And I'm gonna teach something relevant, something modern. The internet! The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
You probably don't want to sing about how everyone's a little bit racist within earshot of others, or announce that you're not wearing underwear today. Special is another song that's probably best kept to yourself.
Yeah, they're real.
We also don't think that anyone wants to hear that they can be as loud as the hell they want from a stranger. But just picture the startled looks you'd get if you started spewing lyrics about honking horns and double-clicking.
Normal people don't just sit at home and look at porn on the internet.
Oh?
What?
You have no idea. Ready, normal people?
Ready!
Ready?
Ready!
Let me hear it. The internet is for porn.
Sorry, Kate.
The Internet is for Porn is undeniably one of the funniest and catchiest songs on the Avenue Q soundtrack, and it's hard to resist joining in. However, much like the activity described in the song, this one is to be enjoyed privately.
Ew!
The internet is for porn.
Gross.
The internet is for porn.
I hate porn!
Grab your dick and double click for porn.
Number 2. Springtime for Hitler, The Producers.
Germany was having trouble, what a sad, sad story. Needed a new leader to restore its former glory. Where, oh, where was he? Where could that man be?
Featured in the musical within the musical, this dark comedic number is rather captivating and has plenty of witty lines. Although musical lovers know that the humor is all tongue-in-cheek, this song could rightfully be deemed insanely offensive out of context.
Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Rhineland's a fine land once more.
It is, after all, a love letter to the Führer, so if you catch yourself singing it in public, just expect to see a sea of faces quite like the ones you see here, staring back at you. It's shocking, outrageous, and insulting, and although you might enjoy singing along because you know it's not real, not everyone will enjoy hearing it. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Big Spender, Sweet Charity. You probably don't want to extend this invitation to strangers.
So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Hey, Big Spender!
Where is the life that late I led? Kiss Me Kate. Petruchio wistfully longs for his bachelor life.
When at first, aware of masculinity, I began to finger feminine curls, I became the toast of my vicinity, for I always had a multitude of girls.
Bring on the men, Jekyll and Hyde. It's probably best not to belt about your healthy appetite around random folks.
My healthy appetite gets strongest at night. My Adam dinners are my men friends' delight. When I invite the fellas over to dine, they all
creepy old guy, Beetlejuice. It's all there in the title.
Girls may seem disgusted, but we're actually just shy. The creepy old groom, play that wedding tune. Hey folks, step aside.
I am older, but I'm glad I waited.
Poison in My Pocket, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. People might worry if they hear you singing about fatal scheming.
I'm standing here with poison in my pocket, one eye on the target, one eye on the clock. It better happen soon before I lose my nerve and run. If I had a knife, I could have grabbed him, then discreetly knocked him on the head and stabbed him, not to mention what I would have done if I had had a gun.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Hasadiga Ibawai, the Book of Mormon.
In this part of Africa, we all have a saying. Whenever something bad happens, we just throw our hands to the sky and say, Hasadiga Ibawai.
Does it mean no worries for the rest of our days?
Kind of.
Yes, we know what you're thinking. Practically the entirety of the Book of Mormon belongs on this list. Indeed, Spooky Mormon Hell Dream, for instance, is definitely not appropriate. However, we all know that the song we left the theater singing, even though we shouldn't, was Hasadiga Ibawai. There's just something about the premise of a Disney-esque number with such an unexpectedly dark turn that appeals to audiences, but it could come across as downright offensive for those not in the know.
F you to Heavenly Father? Holy moly, I said it like 13 times!
In those instances, we'd suggest you throw your hands to the sky and say, Kuna Matata instead, at least while singing in public.
Every time that I... Hey, Pumbaa! Not in front of the kids.
Oh, sorry.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.